Story time on how I got into a car accident. First, I would like to say we're all okay now, and this is not a joke in any way, and this is a serious topic because there have been some crazy drivers recently, and there just needs to be more awareness about this, and it's taking me a little longer to make this video because I wanted to get this approved to make sure everyone was okay with this before I posted and talked about this. And I'm going to be leaving out the people's names who were involved in this just for their privacy and their respect. And also just a lot of things happen behind the scenes. So, yeah. So, it was a Friday, and me and my friends decided to get Chipotle, and then we went to Target because it was right across the street. And what person doesn't like to go to Target when they're bored? So, after we were in Target for a little bit, we decided to leave because we had a call time and we had a show and performance that night. So, we had to get dressed and go to rehearsal before. So we were about to make this U-turn into the parking lot to where the place we were supposed to perform was. So my friend was in the middle of her U-turn, and this car out of nowhere just completely decided to hit us from the passenger side. And the last thing I remember was I was scrolling on my phone, just like thinking nothing of it. And I just hear this like big bang, and then all of a sudden just something just like spins. And my friend was thankfully able to get us into a neighborhood, and a lot of the cars that were from behind the car that hit us stopped like all of a sudden, which was like good because it didn't cause any more like collision and any more of an accident than the accident that occurred before. So we were able to get into a neighborhood, and the neighbors ran out of the house, and we were just sitting in the car for a second, like no one was talking, nothing like that. We were just like all so in shock, and we all just looked at each other and stuff like that, and we were just like, is everyone okay and stuff like that. And the neighbors came out, and once they arrived at the car, they asked the same thing, like, is everyone okay? And we thought everything was okay and stuff like that until my friend touched her head, and we saw that her hands were red and her head was bleeding a little bit. And it wasn't like a whole bunch, but like in any scenario where it's like bleeding from the head or anything, you would want to call the ambulance. So the neighbors called the ambulance and stuff like that. And once the ambulance came, they checked her head out and put her in the ambulance. And we all called our parents and stuff like that. And I remember it was very like horrifying for my parents to get that call from me because that's never happened before to like anyone in my family, like any one of my siblings, like neither my sister or brother. So the fact that it happened to the youngest child for the first time is honestly like scary. So I could hear from